Hello everyone, hope y'all had a wonderful day. Well today I will be I'll be showing you my 2026 to 2027 NBA standings predictions and playoff predictions. Alright, so why not let's just get started. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's start off in the Eastern Conference. The reigning champions, the New York Knicks. They're finishing first in the Eastern Conference. I just have a feeling, man. I just have a feeling. All right, now the first seed in the West, the reigning Western Conference champions, the San Antonio Spurs. Well, just a spoiler. I think that all the records are going to be very close together in the West. Moving on, in the second seed in the Western Conference, the reigning MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder will strive for equality from losing the year before, and they will finish 56 and 26. Now, the second seed in the Eastern Conference, this team might have made it to the finals if Jalen Duren didn't choke in the first and second round. Give me the Detroit Pistons. They are the team to be the number 2 seed. Bro, seriously. This team is going to finish 54 and 28 in the regular season. Now, the 3 seed in the Western Conference. This team is known to defeat multiple super teams. They have beaten teams like the Denver Nuggets. They have beaten teams like the Los Angeles Lakers. Multiple teams. They are capable of being top 3 seed team. If you don't know what I'm talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves. Congratulations. They're finishing 55 and 27. Moving on into the Eastern Conference, where this team might have been a top 1 seed team last year if it weren't for injuries. I'm talking about the Indiana Pacers. They're the 3 seed, and they will finish 52 and 30. Moving on to back to the West, we have this team should have faced the Spurs in the second round, but they choked in the first round. Give me the Denver Nuggets. I'm pretty sure we can all agree that the Nuggets are just a regular season team. All good? All right. Give me the Nuggets. Their record is going to be 53 and 29. Now, moving back to the Eastern Conference, this team gave up their entire future for a top 5 player in the NBA. Yes, I know. We're probably all thinking the same thing. It's the Miami Heat. Their future is absolutely cooked. But for now, their future. For now, their team is pretty good. They have Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bam Adebayo, and I really think that they're gonna go deep into the playoffs. And by deep, I mean past the first. Now for the 5th seed in the East, I'm sorry if I skipped the West. This team upset one of the highest marketing teams in the entire NBA last season in a 3-1 comeback. If you don't know who I'm talking about the Philadelphia 76ers. They're a high marketing team themselves, but with the addition of Jaylen Brown, who they stole from the Boston Celtics, I'm calling it right now. They're making it to a top 5 seed. Now, back to the West. This team. So you know how LeBron's in free agency, right? And so now he's not going to be in the Lakers. Yeah, I think he's going to join the Warriors. So now, as a Warriors fan, the Warriors are finishing top 5 in the West. And they'll face the Denver Nuggets. Absolute cinema, right? Now, moving on to the East again, we have the 6th seed team. This team, they acquired the player that brought them an NBA championship back in 2019. Yes, I'm talking about Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors. They're finishing 47 and 35. The 6th seed in the West, I'm sorry, Lakers fans, but I have to put you guys below the Warriors. You guys don't have LeBron anymore. I'm not saying you guys are like trash now. I'm just saying like you're probably not going to be as good as the Warriors. And now moving on to back to the East. I'm sorry, Celtics fans. You guys, I know I didn't give you guys a top 6 seed, and I didn't. But I'm not going to give you home court advantage in the play-in either. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they will finish 45 and 37. Now, but Celtics fans, don't worry, you guys finished 8th. Okay, you guys get to finish there, 44 and 38. I just feel like you guys got Jaylen. You just gave away Jaylen Brown for like an oldie who does more podcasting than playing basketball. He podcasts more than play basketball. I don't know if that makes sense, but no one cares. The Utah Jazz, they finished bottom in the West for the last 2 seasons. Yet they got Darren Peterson, Lauri Markkanen, and Jaren Jackson Jr. Congratulations, you guys are making it to the 7th seed. You guys are probably going to make it to the playoffs for the first time since 2022? Yeah, I believe. So, give me them 49 and 33. Now, and following up after the Jazz, it is going to be the Portland Trailblazers. Their young core with, even though John Morant's not that young, John Morant, Denny Avdija, and Damian Lillard, and Donovan Clingan. They're making to the 8th seed. Now, they're in the play-in. They have 2 chances to make it to the playoffs. And for the 9th seed and 10th seed in the West, just give me this exact same pattern. I think the Mavericks are finishing 46 and 36, and the Rockets are finishing 45 and 37. Now, and going on to the East, the 9th seed in the East will be the Washington Wizards. You guys finished bottom in the East for the last 2 years as well. You were the worst team in the NBA last season, but now you got AJ Dalbonta, you got Trae Young, and now you got Anthony Davis. Congratulations, you guys are making it to the play-in for the first time since 2021. And that year, you guys actually made the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe you're gonna upset between one of these teams, the Cavs and the Celtics. All right, moving on to the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference, the Orlando Magic. You guys are finishing 10th. Yeah, I know. What a coincidence, right? The Wizards are battling their own Magic. Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Will the Magic escape from the Wizards, or will the Wizards contain their magic? Now that we got all the playoff and play-in stuff ready, I'm just gonna randomly do this because like the people here aren't really like we can just order them wherever we want because like it doesn't really matter. We'll order this, so I'm just gonna do it randomly. If you're a Suns fan, this year is gonna be really sad. You guys missed the play-in by 1 game. The Grizzlies, you guys finished 43 and 39. Clippers, 41-41. Kings, 36 and 46. And the Pelicans, 35-47. The West is very high in like record this year. Like, I can't believe it either, man. Now, moving on to the East, let's just order randomly. I don't really care who finishes where. Yeah, so let's start off here, 20 and 62. Over here, 39 and 43. 36 and 46. 27, 28 and 54. And over here we got 27 and 55. Alright, so now that we're done with the standings, let's move on to everyone's favorite part, the playoffs! Alright, let's start. The Cavaliers versus the Celtics. Absolute cinema. Right? And this game is going to stay in regulation. But the Cavs win merely. The game is going to be within 10 points. And by 10 points, I mean 10. So they're probably going to win by like 8 or something. Now, for the Wizards and the Magic, the Wizards will absolutely blow out the Magic. They contain their Magic. The Magic gets captured. The Jazz and the Trailblazers. I know the Trailblazers are the lower seed, but they have the younger core, the better stars, and I'm taking the Blazers to finish. But the Blazers are going to finish 7th. Now, the Mavericks versus the Rockets. Now, Kevin Durant, you are going to be too busy tweeting. Cooper Flag is going to beat your butt. Okay? Mavericks advance. Now, Celtics Wizards. We saw this playing matchup back in 2021. And the Celtics won. But this time the Wizards are winning, okay? I'm sorry if you're a Celtics fan. Okay? This year's just not your year, okay? I'm sorry. Now, Jazz Mavericks. We saw this back in 2022 in the West first round. 4-5 seed matchup. Last time the Mavericks won, this time the Jazz will win. Now, let's get this playoff started. Now we got out of the play-in. Let's get into the interesting part. Knicks versus Wizards. Now, Anthony Davis, Trae Young, AJ Debonsa. Goodbye. You guys are losing to the Knicks in 6. You guys are going to win 2 games, and these 2 games are only going to be at home. You're not going to win any away games. Now, for the Heat versus 76ers. We saw this back in 2022, the second round, and the Heat won in 6. But this time, the Heat will win in 7. I'm sorry if I brought up the number joke. Now moving on, Pacers versus Raptors. The 2 lucky bounce shooters face off against each other. Yet this wouldn't even be close. Give me the Pacers in 5. Now, Pistons, Cavs. We saw this last year. Last year, the Cavs won in 7. This year, the Pistons are winning in 7. Now, Spurs, Jazz. The Jazz, your young core, is going to get dominated by the Spurs young core. Congratulations to Spurs fans. You guys are advancing to the next round. Nuggets, Warriors. Absolute cinema, right? Especially the fact that the Warriors have LeBron James. But give me the Warriors in 7. Next up, we got the Timberwolves versus the Lakers. In 2025, the Wolves won in 5. This time, those Wolves will still win in 5. Next up, Thunder versus Trailblazers. Everyone thinks the Thunder is going to blow them out, right? Ja Morant will force the series into 6 games. And in Game 6, Damian Lillard hits a 3 to force overtime, yet they lose in overtime. Either way, they're still going to lose to the Thunder. Moving on, Knicks Heat. These 2 teams had beef in the late 1990s and early 2000s. And give me the Knicks in 7. Moving on, Pacers, Pistons. Now, I know that the Pistons, I said earlier, they could have been the best team if Jalen Duren didn't sell. Yet they're going to sell again this time. The Pacers are making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. 2025 Eastern Conference Finals rematch. Spurs versus Warriors. Now, I'm a Warriors fan myself. But I'm sorry to the Warriors. You guys are losing to the Spurs in 6. Now, Wolves Thunder. Last time the Thunder won in 5. But that was because SGA was foul baiting. But now if you saw the 2026 season matchups, Wolves Thunder, the Wolves played so hard against the Thunder, trying their best just to beat them up. Like they absolutely hate SGA at this point. So like they're gonna do anything possible to beat them. So that's why I'm taking the Wolves in 6. And plus they got an addition of LaMelo Ball. So yeah, they're moving on. Now, Knicks Pacers. It's going to be the exact same as 2025. Pacers in 6. Now, Spurs Timberwolves. Last time the Spurs won in 6. Right? But that was because the Wolves weren't even close to healthy. Dante DiVincenzo was tore his absolute Achilles, man. Anthony Edwards, he wasn't even healthy for the entire series. Like, didn't he have hyperextend his knee? But like now they added LaMelo Ball, and there's no Naz Reid for Victor Wembanyama to elbow now, but now none of the Wolves players would get hurt, but even with the Spurs are at full strength, give me the Timberwolves to win the West. Finally, Wolves Pacers. I'm sorry if y'all are still sad about Hallie's injury, because I think it's just about enough time for them. Like, it's over for the Pacers now. Give me the Wolves in 7. I'm really sorry if you're a Pacers fan, but the Wolves are better. So, the Minnesota Timberwolves have won the NBA championship. And I forgot to mention then the conference finals MVP, sorry. So, I think LaMelo Ball is going to win this conference finals MVP. LaMelo Ball is going to... Tyrese Halliburton is winning the conference finals MVP in the East, and the NBA finals MVP. Even though LaMelo Ball won in the Western Conference Finals MVP, the actual NBA Finals MVP is going to Anthony Edwards. So yeah, if you want to know more about my predictions, stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be about awards predictions. Okay? Stay tuned. Hope you have a great day.